Shalom, my friend. I will admit I was anti-Semitic for a while until you enlightened me. I will admit. I was anti-Semitic for a while until your video about Germany enlightened me. Baruch HaShem. You're, Baruch HaShem, not the only one that saw that video where I discussed the truth about the Zionists and what that they were no less of an enemy of the Jewish people than Hitler was. Just that Hitler was tried to destroy us physically, and the Zionists until this day are trying to destroy us spiritually.
In the days of the Holocaust, the Zionists gave up on 1 million Jews. Gave up on 1 million Jews. Why? They didn't want to pay for it. It wasn't even their money. People donated this money. People donated this money. This Eichmann was willing to sell 1 million Jews. Sell 1 million Jews. No, here's 1 million Jews. Give me some trucks. Give me some money. Give me some this. They said, no, we don't want them.
But nonetheless, when we discussed all of the different facts, historical facts, biblical facts, all of the different things that happen in these lectures that talk about why Hitler really hated the Jews, and then people start seeing, wow, there's truth in what this rabbi is saying. So initially, even though they find out those clips of my full lecture on anti-Semitic websites and social media, it makes people interested. Why is the rabbi talking like that? So then they go and see the full lecture and other lectures, and they start seeing, well, that what he said over there is true, and what he's saying over here is true, and what he's saying over here is true. In fact, they're starting to realize that everything that we're saying is what the Torah says. We're not saying anything new. We're saying what the Torah has always said. It's just that, unfortunately, the world is full of ignorance, and one of the biggest sources of fuel for ignorance is hatred. And one of the things that ignorance causes also is hatred. And what ends up happening many times is that people discover the Holy Torah from our lectures, and not only do they stop being anti-Semitic, but they actually start loving the Jewish people, loving the Torah, and loving God. And you are not the first one. We've had several people, to the extent where I've actually had a couple of former Nazis that have abandoned those beliefs. One of them even converted to Judaism. Another one, I believe he's in the process of converting. It's to such an extent. So it's great to have such a KIDDUSH HaShem, where we publicize the Torah, we say exactly what HaShem says and what his holy sages said. And even the enemies become the lovers, because it shows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is happy with us. How do we know? Because Shlomo HaMelech says, Birtzot Hashem darkei ish, gam oivav yashlim imo. That when Hashem wants to show you that he's happy with you, that he's satisfied with what you're doing, he'll even send your enemies to come and say, I'm sorry, to come and make peace with you. So the fact that you are publicly admitting that you used to be anti-Semitic, and now due to watching our lectures, you obviously are not anti-Semitic, you're enlightened, you're watching a Torah lecture right now, this is what we called a KIDDUSH HaShem, a sanctification of God's name. And that's what I've always told Jewish people that saw those very same clips and did not understand the full concept of what's being said. They unfortunately said that I misspoke. And I told them, that when you hear the truth, then the anti-Semites will at least know what is real Judaism, what real Judaism looks like. And they'll start knowing where to direct their hate. And they'll see that they don't actually hate all of the Jewish people. They hate the people that happen to be Jewish, but are not following Judaism. They're not doing the evil that they're doing because of Judaism. They're doing the evil that they're doing because of their own bad traits, because of their own bad beliefs that have nothing to do with Judaism. In fact, just like those people cause harm to the Gentiles, they cause even more harm to the Jewish people. So the reality is, once people know the difference between Judaism and the people that cause problems, they'll realize that those people, whether it's Zionists, self-hating Jews, lefty liberals, or whatever, all the whole woke garbage that's out there, whatever it is, people will be able to distinguish the two. And they'll be able to realize that Judaism is beautiful. The Jewish people are beautiful. They're the best. They've contributed to the world more than any other people in all of history. But that's, again, the Jewish people that have followed the Torah and followed God. The ones that have betrayed God, the ones that have gone against God, of course, many of them caused more harm than good. There's no question about that. If you betray God, there's no question that you'll betray man too. So that's an important distinguishing point that we've discussed many times over the years. And each time we get somebody just like you that used to be anti-Semitic and now has become a big fan and supporter of the Torah and the holy words of HaShem, then there's nothing, literally, there's nothing more amazing that you could expect from somebody that came so far. It's absolutely amazing. And Be'ezrat Hashem, Hashem will continue showing us that He's happy with what we're doing by bringing all of the people from all four corners of the world, including all of Am Yisrael, of course, lehavdil, that to the words of the Torah, to the truth of the Torah, and Be'ezrat Hashem, all of us will be able to sanctify Kadosh Baruch Hu's name as He decreed, and not as the heretics want us to do. Be'ezrat Hashem. Chazak u'Baruch. Thank you for letting us know. People do not want to hear anything negative. They want to say negative stuff if it's their opinion that they don't like Donald Trump, or they don't like the economy, or they don't like the democracy, or they don't like whatever it is that they don't like. They have no problem dishing it out. But as far as hearing about it from somewhere else that's contradictory to their reality, to their likings, why being so negative? Why being so negative? Because people assume that anything that is not uplifting Mickey Mouse is bad. This is a product of illogical thought, a product of imagination. Why? Because this imagination is superficial. It is not a deep thought. It's not something that people really delve over, because anyone that does simply arrives at the conclusion that they're wrong. And many times this happens. Just today, I mean, this has been a recurring event. I guess maybe about a year ago or so, we did some shurim about cash advance business. And part of the shurim was bringing up the historical facts of what happened before the Holocaust. Because of the high interest that the Jews charged people was so high, it ruined, it destroyed the economy in Germany. They destroyed, just like they destroyed Russia a few years before that through their communism over there. Jews destroyed Russia, not Goyim. Jews destroyed. Communism is by Jews. Well, don't let anybody confuse you. You look at history, Karl Marx, all the other Reshaim, they're all Jews. Wicked, but nonetheless Jews. They destroyed Russia, and he wrote in chapter 2 of Mein Kampf, they destroyed Russia, now they're destroying Germany, that's why I have to destroy them. Now, this doesn't make he's right. The point is, that's actually real, true history. Now, he saw that the Jews are controlling the financial system and they're charging such high interest, they destroyed the German economy. And what Hitler Yimach Shemo wrote in his book, and why he hated Jews and so on. And we saw how it is actually connected to unethical business practices by Jewish people. Now, we brought this out. Many people, Baruch Hashem, learned a lot of things they never knew about. But the point being is that certain Reshaim, anti-Semites, decide to take a clip out of the shiur and highlight it for their purposes. Well, they say, oh, look, he's saying that Hitler hated Jews because they overcharged in interest. You see, we were right all along. Whatever they're saying. They're taking a clip from the shiur. So people like a year ago said, oh look, the anti-Semites are publicizing your clips. I looked at it, I said, wow, Baruch Hashem, look how many views they're getting. It's more than us. One guy got like 70,000 views in one day. I said, wow, I need this guy for marketing. How do you get so many views? And another guy, 200,000 views. Like, well, aren't you bothered by this? Why would I be bothered by it? They're learning my Torah. Well, what's the problem? No, but they're using it to hate you. They hate Jews, and they're going to kill Jews. No, they're not going to kill Jews because of the video. If they want to kill Jews, they're going to kill them with or without. They're not using a video for that. No, but this is giving them fuel for the fire. Now, I addressed this in the past, but today it happened again. Apparently somebody is doing a new campaign with my videos. So they're publicizing it again in more anti-Semitic websites. And a few people came to me and they're saying, oh, look, this is being publicized, a lot of views. I'm like, they're not as good as the last guy. The last guy got 70,000 views in one day. This guy's only 13,000 in the first few hours. What's going on? He's got to learn from the first guy. But all kidding aside, Baruch Hashem. Why Baruch Hashem? Why Baruch Hashem? Why? It's very important that the Goyim know the difference between a righteous Jew and a wicked one. When they know that we see the problem too among ourselves when we're wicked, when our own brothers, when our own backyard is burning, we know about it. We're not ignoring it. We're not saying it's right. We're saying, listen, this unethical business practice is wrong. When they see that, they see emet. It's like, wow, look, he acknowledges the problem too. We're not crazy, like it actually exists. But more importantly than that, now I could know that there is a difference between a Jew and the person I hate. I don't hate Jews. I hate people that do bad things. It's no longer a Jew problem. It's a bad people problem, because you're going to see Jewish people do the bad stuff, but you're also going to see non-Jewish people do the bad stuff. Therefore, you're going to arrive at the emet, which is that this is not a Jewish problem. This is a people problem. He's talking about Jewish people because that's his market, that's his people. But the point is that when we bring people the emet, even if it's a unpleasant emet, even if that emet makes our own people look bad, the reality is this is a KIDDUSH HaShem, not a Chilul HaShem. Why? You have to let people know, we know what's right and wrong, and there are certain people that do right, and there are certain people that do wrong, and we acknowledge it. It doesn't give you a right to kill us, it doesn't give you a right to kill them, it doesn't give anybody a right to simply judge all of us in one basket either. But the imaginary people, the people that like to delve on their imagination, like, no, one woman sent me a message, no, people are being killed every day because of this video. I said, well, how come CNN's not calling me? No one's calling me. What's going on here? People are getting killed over this video every day? It's the stupidest things in the world people have in their head. Why? Because they don't like it. Because it's not nice to hear that your own brother is maybe a criminal. But the reality is, that's the only way that you're going to let people know the difference between right and wrong, including your brother. The reason why your brother became such a horrible addict, such a horrible thief, such a horrible criminal, is because no one told him there's anything wrong his whole life. When he stole, no one, don't steal next time. Yeah, sure. He stole again. Oh, he stole again? Don't do it again. No one ever really criticized him. No one ever really punished him. No one ever told him he's wrong. Eventually, he steals. Yeah, he steals. You just deal with it. Yeah, he steals. He's a thief. He's a this. He's a that. People just come to terms with the fact that their brother and sister is a rasha, and no one says anything. And guess what? That's how you destroy the world. That's how you destroy the world. That's exactly what the Torah is here for, to fix.